Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's look under the hood and see where individual names are moving. We can do that with Natalia Kanijevic, equities reporter for Bloomberg News. She joins us here in our studio. Natalia, what are you looking at?
Guys, let's start with consumer names. Procter Gamble shares are down by 5%. The company is cutting its annual sales and profit outlook. Of course, it's blaming volatility, uncertainty around tariffs. It's really difficult to predict consumer behavior. Procter Gamble sees organic sales growth this year at approximately 2%. In January, it said it was supposed to be somewhere between 3 and 5%. Earnings report showed some deterioration in sales here in the United States. However, it was a slight improvement in China. China is the second largest market in terms of sales and profit.
Really?
It was down by 2%. Sales were down. Revenue, was down by 2%, but it was a slight improvement from a 3% decline that we saw in the past quarter. So, of course, everyone wants to know, will the company increase prices? And the CEO said it will likely roll out price increases during the next fiscal year, which starts in July. But before that, it will try to shift some sourcing, readjust supply chains, and maybe some formulas to reduce exposure to tariffs.
And you know what? One of the great functions on the Bloomberg terminals is the PGEO function. And what it allows you to do is to see kind of where revenue comes from and things like that. So it breaks down North America, Europe, Asia Pacific, Greater China, and EMEA. And you're right, Procter Gamble is a global company. So they're going to feel it. And if they're lowering their guidance, that says something. What else you got?
Airlines, of course, we are watching American Airlines earnings report. Shares are actually up slightly, less than 2%. It dropped full-year earnings outlook, and a similar move we saw from Delta, Frontier, Southwest Airlines. Of course, the company is saying it will provide a full-year update once the economic outlook becomes clear. Now, we also see that overall, American Airlines profit margins continues to trail peers. BI put a nice note breaking down this earnings report. But I would also like to highlight a commentary from International Air Transport Association chief Willie Walsh. He said this overall impact from tariffs on airline industry would be very similar to what we saw after September 11th, 2001 attack. So he said it will be very severe, but potentially short-lived, and we may see a bigger impact on transatlantic traffic. But however, he said potentially the airline industry will recover in the next few months.
Paul, I just tried PGEO, and the biggest revenue of P&G is fabric and home care, followed by baby, feminine, and family care and beauty.
Yeah,
what about? I know, it's interesting. Thanks for teaching me this function.
It's a good one. Anything else, Natalia?
Yes, commodities, Newmont.
Oh, right. Yep.
Big move. Shares are up year to date, guys. It's one of those rare examples of winners. Shares are up by almost 25%. Better results are, of course, driven by rising prices of gold.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.